we are leaving with the sun.
We'll be sailing for the first time in the rain. It's really a week of firsts for us.
I hope it's not going to be a big storm. It's 5 AM in the morning and we just woke up because of a storm.
Oh, that's annoying. That's 48 knots pushing us right now. What's happening, guys? Welcome to today's episode of Sailing Talia. Last week we arrived in the Balearic Islands' northernmost part of the archipelago, Menorca. We made landfall in the most charming little city any imagination could conjure, Sardinia. Despite Laure struggling to pronounce the city's name like a local, much like I do, we absolutely loved it here. Now we make our way to the island's capital, Mahon, and we'll do our best to give you a sense of what it's really like living exposed to the elements like us.
Hey everyone, so we are leaving with the sun. I really love that. So it rained a couple of hours ago, so it's a bit wet everywhere, but now we have big sun and we are ready to set sail. Luke behind me is plotting the course, so we are going to Mahon today and we have like 7 hours sail. We hope that we're gonna have good winds. Normally it should be okay and we might be able to sail without the engine, so it's gonna be a really nice day, I'm sure of that. I'm a bit sad to leave here because La Cittadella is a really beautiful town. So far the best we've visited here in the Balearic Islands. So let's see how Mahon is. And yeah, that's it for this morning. Let's go!
What's happening, guys? So as you know, we've got a bit of bad weather coming down on us from the north, hitting Menorca later this week. What we're doing is making a quick dash now while the weather is okay over to Mahon from Sardinia. Right now, the weather is perfect. Well, there's hardly any wind. Again, Mediterranean doing its thing. It's either blowing too much or blowing not enough. But we've been forecasted to have a bit of rain later today. So if it happens, we will be sailing for the first time in the rain. So it's really a week of firsts for us. Let's see how we go. At the moment though, as you can see behind, blue skies, blue sea. Now if you look in front of us though, in the distance we have a bit of cloud cover, and actually we need to go behind the headland there in the distance and start heading north behind it eventually. So let's see what happens when we get under those clouds.
And here comes the clouds, just behind me, just right there. But as well, on this side, it's quite dark, so we're not sure if we're gonna get wet or not. The jackets are ready though, and I hope it's not gonna be a big storm. Probably just a bit of rain, or not at all, but I'm okay, I don't mind being a bit wet. So let's see.
2 hours later.
Luke is ready for the rain.
0.3 millimeters forecasted. I'm ready for 0.3 millimeters. A good scout is prepared for anything.
True.
As we rounded the lighthouse on the Isla del Air on the southeast corner of Menorca and headed north to Mahon, the clouds flirted with us a little more, but didn't actually follow through.
Just like fire, no denying. I know we won't be late. Sky may be gray, there might be rain. I have to say, I know I do lean on faith. Oh, darling, you know, wait for me and I'll come home.
We were greeted at the Marina Mahon by a friendly marinero, and Luke managed to moor the boat stern to on the first attempt.
As always.
Dreaming, falling deeper within. This love is an ocean wide.
Hey everyone, so we are in Mahon. We arrived, when was it? Yesterday?
The day before yesterday.
The day before, but yesterday we had to edit the YouTube video, so we haven't.
We had a lost day.
We had a. Yeah, exactly. And so today, since the weather is still good, we're gonna enjoy Mahon and just have a walk around, I guess.
Sounds good.
Yeah. What do you think of Mahon so far?
It's nice from the little we've seen. A lot of hills, so it's a big workout. It's kind of like Porto in Portugal.
That's true. Totally agree. Anyway, let's enjoy. It's quite cute, I think.
Something that's surprised us since arriving is just how few people are here. Now, we've been assured by some of the locals that it's kind of normal after the tourist season has stopped, but it's got to be compounded as well by the lack of people out because of coronavirus as well. Mahon boasts the Mediterranean's largest natural harbour and is a sight to behold on any clear day. The architecture of the city reflects an unmistakable Georgian influence from almost a century under British rule. So as we're walking around the streets of Mahon here, the wind has suddenly picked up, which suggests to us we should probably start making a move back to the boat to check on it. So one of the key reasons that we're here in Mahon is because we're sitting out a big storm that's predicted to pass through here, and it's literally just begun. We're talking about force 10 winds here. Fortunately, where we are in the marina is relatively protected compared to some of the floating docks that you have here in Mahon. So they're essentially islands where you can moor your boat up to these floating pontoons. Then of course you've got the moorings all along the footpath of the harbour as well, which they're copping quite a bit of wind right now. Us here in Marina Mahon, we're relatively protected. Still, every now and then you get a big gust of more than 30 knots kicking up. And that's just the beginning, so let's wait and see how this transpires. We've just had things die down. We could be at the eye of the storm. Let's hope that's not the case. Anyway, let's wait and see what happens.
Hey, we just got our grocery shopping delivered by Euroski, which is a supermarket here in Spain. I'm happy because they delivered it fast compared to other supermarkets. So we went to the supermarket this morning and now it's 6 p.m. and we got everything. It's just behind me, so now we have to store it away. It's super convenient to have your grocery shopping delivered on the boat, especially because we don't have a car, we have bikes, but honestly we didn't want to use them. It's quite a lot of shopping if you look behind me, and this is something we can't do with the bags. We went there, we walked to Euroski, it was like 45 minutes, so it's quite a long trip to there, and we asked them to make it delivered. It's really practical. So earlier this afternoon I asked Luke, shall we get a mojito tonight? And he said, no, I want to be sober for tonight in case the hits the fan because of the wind. And now we'll see. What's that? That's a very big glass, by the way.
It's our first night where the weather is actually kind of chilly, so it's a perfect example of a moment to drink red wine. It's been too hot to drink red wine until now.
An excuse. What's for dinner tonight?
Chicken, roast chicken.
Right.
Because we found a great chicken shop and they smelt delicious even through the mask, and when you can smell chicken through a surgical mask, you know it's going to be good.
So what were you saying?
I was saying that we can put the bones in the water, or the leftovers in the water, because sharks eat bones. And you don't believe that there's sharks in the Mediterranean when I implore you to go on Google and type in sharks in the Mediterranean. It is terrifying, the images that come up. I come from a country where they actually eat people. Here they don't. But the first images that come up, sharks in the Mediterranean, it is a scary shark.
Well, let's see. Ah, there you go. Sharks in the Med. Yeah, that's
Is it a huge one with its mouth open?
no, it's a thin one.
Ah, no. This one. That. Look. That's terrifying. Show the good people of YouTube.
So yeah, this is sharks that you can find in the Med. I must say that this shark looks a bit like you.
Looks like me. It's a good looking shark then. It's a shark with its mouth open. Talks too much. Eats too much. It's my spirit animal.
Hey everyone, it's 5 AM in the morning and we just woke up because of a storm passing. Lots of lightning. I'm not really comfortable, I have to say, and lots of wind. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but it's pretty strong. And we just discovered a leak in the port aft cabin where Luke sleeps, because tonight, because of the wind, we decided to sleep separately. I slept in the V berth and he slept in the aft cabin, but oh, I can see lightning. I don't like that. Anyway, he's trying to repair that leak. I'll show you guys. You okay there?
I'm removing this panel so I can find where the drips are coming from. Can you take that? Yeah, that's not good. It looks like the pedestal that the helm sits on, not just the top of the pedestal where the instruments are, but at the bottom of it, it's not watertight. Oh, that's annoying. Good morning. A windy start to the day. Thank you so much for all the shopping. Very kind.
Hey everyone, so Luke just said thank you to the neighbors because they gave us a lot of fruits, veggies, because they are leaving today, right?
Yeah, they're heading back to the UK after a very tough night, as you would have seen after last night. They also sprang a leak in their boat, but yeah,
crazy night.
It was torrential, heavy rain, and with all that wind, I think it put a strain on a lot of boats around here, but the lines have held. It is a miracle. Here was definitely worse than Denia, because Denia you didn't have the wind like this.
Right, yeah.
Here it was blowing, what, almost 50 knots of wind, 48 knots.
Yeah, right. By the way, if you haven't seen the episode in Denia where we have a lot of leaks, just click over there.
On my face, click here.
Oh, we are exhausted. It was a short night, huh?
Yeah, it was a pretty angry storm. I think it's the angriest storm we've sat through.
Yeah. Hopefully, everything's gonna stop tonight.
So as you saw last night, we had quite a bit of a leak come through into that aft cabin. Now, I think I've diagnosed the problem, and it looks like the water has come through here in the pedestal in the cockpit. It seems to be the only place I've found with a possibility of water ingress. Now, I think I found a temporary solution. I think the permanent solution is replacing the pedestal altogether. But with this electrical tape, I've been able to seal off the cracks where the pedestal joins together, and on top of that I'm going to place the helm cover and the cover that goes over all of the instruments. This canvas tends to be waterproof, so it should keep the water away from these cracks in the pedestal, and then hopefully we should be able to keep dry the next time there's a storm.
While we're here in Mahon, I'd really to go for a good walk, and I found that in Menorca actually you have quite of a famous hike, which is Camí de Cavalles. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'll just add it down below. Anyway, it's a hike that is approximately 185 kilometers, and it's actually all around the island, so it allows you to discover all the places here in Menorca. It's quite famous, but obviously we're not gonna do everything. We're not gonna walk all around the island because we don't have the time, but it can be divided into some sections, and there's one here in the north of the island from Mahon to Esgro, and maybe we will do it. I'm not sure yet. There's also a castle not far away from here, so maybe we'll do that tomorrow morning.
After a night of building enough confidence in the lines holding Talia in place, we donned the wet weather gear once again and set out in search of the ruins of the Castillo de San Felipe. The weather system we experienced here was a combination of the seasonal mistral and the Tramontana winds. These winds travel down from the valleys of France and wreak havoc on the northwest Mediterranean. The cold and dry mistral blows down from the north to northwest and travels down the Rhone Valley between the Alps and the Massif Central, which then opens up into the Gulf of Lion. The Tramontana travels through the Aude Valley between the Massif Central and the Pyrenees. Both valleys form a constriction before opening up into the Med and build up a huge amount of pressure before spilling forth into the sea. Fortunately, this weather phenomenon can be forecast at least a few days in advance, giving us an opportunity to find a safe place to moor up. So how do you feel about being on dry land today?
Okay, it's a bit windy, just a bit.
That's 48 knots pushing us right now from the north. I'm very, very happy that we're not at sea today. So we're here at the mouth of the harbour of Mahon, the natural harbour of Mahon. It's beautiful, but wow, is it windy today. This is what they call extreme weather. The harbour here has been closed to all marine traffic. Likewise, the harbour on the other end of the island in Citadea. So there's not many boats behind us.
Oh no, just us. It's just us.
Just us and a whole lot of wind. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked what you see, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a single episode each Thursday.